What up, YouTube? It's your boy Sneaker D. Nas said, call me Chief, so we're going with Chief today. And
Got O. What's good, y'all?
all right, so before we even get started, I want to give a special shout out, thank you, and apology to my boy Just. All right, if you go on Instagram, you can find him at Court Classics. He's been a friend for a long time, and he's also been doing the sneaker Instagram way before it was the cool thing to do. He was supposed to be a guest on today's show, but some family issues popped up in the time we had scheduled for him, so we just couldn't get it done today within his schedule. Hopefully, we'll have him on the show soon. Now, giveaway time. You guys have until the last weekend in September
Facts.
to get your subscriber votes in. I'm going to explain how this works once again. You go tell a friend that is not subscribed to the channel to subscribe. When that friend subscribes, they need to go back to last week's episode. And in the comment section, they need to at your Instagram name, the person that sent them, at your Instagram name, and they could also at their Instagram name. So now they're entered for subscribing, and you're entered an extra time for sending them to subscribe. At the end of September, we're going to put all these names on a wheel. We're going to spin it. Whoever name gets chosen gets a free pair of Jordan 5s and some Supreme Hanes collab socks. Right now, there's a tie for the leadership between Vincent.Owens and EW_1. That was our guest last week, and they're right now tied on the leaderboard for the amount of subscriptions they got in. You guys still have time. Get them in. It doesn't matter who has the most entries. It just matters if once you get at least one in, you have one chance of winning. The more entries you get in, the better chance you have of winning. But everybody has a chance to win. Now that we got that out of the way, today's topic, it comes from a scenario. So here's a scenario. Rich guy, let's say he's in his 30s, 20s. They come to you, they're not interested in sneakers at all. But they say they see the profit, they see what's going on in the sneaker culture. They want to invest. But they don't want to invest in some sneakers that are going to sell now. They want to invest in they want to buy as much sneakers as possible so they can have a collection they can sell in about 30 years. As the sneakerhead, what path are you pointing them to? Let's stick with Jordans. Are you going to send them to the OG Jordans, or are you going to send them to the Jordan collabs? Because Jordan collabs is a huge thing right now. Where is your expertise pointing them? What are you going to tell this guy to go get? We going to get some OGs, or we telling him to get some collabs? Oh, we can get it rocking first.
All right. So I'm gonna take this one, and while I feel like it's a difficult conversation in the now, as far as like them both holding value, I feel like the OG route is the best way to go. For instance, we're gonna compare the Jordan 1 Chicago to the Jordan 4 Unions that just dropped recently. At resale, let's say at the 2015 Chicago ones resale, they were 500, right? And that's after a couple of years. So I want to say that was the inception. But I want to say up to the documentary, they were 500. The Jordan 4 Unions at resale day of were 1,000. So if I'm going to invest and I want to see a huge profit, I'm going to go with the 2015 ones because they started at 500 resale. And then I grew an additional 1,500 off this. The Union 4s they're going to grow. That's just the way sought after sneakers are, period. They're going to grow in value. But you're going to see even a resale on the Unions where it's a $285 sneaker after tax, but you're only making 1,000 compared to a $160 sneaker after tax. Let's say 175 after tax. You got to do shipping and all that. And you see it rise to 1,000, 1,500. it's still a bigger profit. So I'm gonna send him to the OG market anyway. Just using those two examples of Jordan collabs and Jordan OGs. It's on you, D.
All right. This is a question I thought deeply of last night, and I was on the fence. At first I was kind of leaning towards the OGs because one thing you don't. Can we pause this? All right, so this is something I was thinking deeply on last night, and at first I was leaning towards like you chose the OGs because what you don't have to worry about is with the OGs, those colorways will remain popular. What's popular is popular, but with the collabs, you might have to concern yourself with the fact of is, let's say, Travis Scott still going to be relevant in years to come? Like, does the value of that shoe drop with the relevancy of the superstar or the collab? But then I was thinking about it. The reason I would send him the collab route is those aren't going to retro. Like, let's take the Chicago ones. I've been battling myself for a long time. Like, yo, should I just pay that price, get the shoes because I want them, or should I just wait because at a certain point, all the OG colorways get retro. Like there's I see people buying 85 ones, like and 94 ones. I don't get that because I bought the Ginger 16s, and those dropped in what was it? Early 2000s, 90s, and those crumbled on me. So I don't know how these 85 sneakers are holding up. At least in my opinion, some of y'all are getting refurbished. That means that whole sneaker is not 85. They're swapping those soles. But the thing is, at a certain point, all the OGs are going to retro. Let's say the Fragments, the Travis ones, the Unions, the Nigel Sylvesters, collabs of that magic, they're not retro. They might do like what they did with the M&Ms where they drop a colorway similar to, but that specific shoe, it's only coming out once. There's no retroing the Travis Scott. At least I hope they don't start to retro it. The way looking now, they're not retroing these things. So in 30 years, even if Travis isn't relevant to someone in the sneaker community, that shoe only gains more, I don't want to say more hype, but more like legend, like its legacy builds because it was a one-time release and it's never coming back out. Think about how much the prices of the Yeezys jumped when he left Jordan. I mean, when he left Nike, because we knew there's no more Yeezys. So I think in 30 years, you want to have your collabs to sell because that came out one time. That was a part of history. It's not going to be redone. Like with the Chicago's, you have the 85, the 94s. I want to say either the 2012 or 2013s, the 2015s. You got some mids, but like you at least have different year times, and they're gonna retro again. Once of the Travs, you got that one time that it dropped, and it dropped at a more limited quality than the retros. That already makes the price point for that jump up. So like, if I don't know, at least for me, if I was suggesting to somebody like, listen, you want to sell something in 30 years, you're gonna have these collabs to sell because there's no, once you got them, you got them. There's no more getting them. Like, yeah, that's my opinion, man. I'll tell that guy, listen, man, let's go to Flight Club, let's get these collabs and the storm, put them on ice for 30 years, and in 30 years you'll turn around and you'll be the new mayor. So that's my suggestion. Let's talk about what is on our feet today. I'm gonna start up, and in
made the right choice.
You're a snake, that's why. In honor of our guest that couldn't make it today, I have my Jordan 9 Olives. He's getting a lot of wear from me, especially in the wintertime, winter fall season. And the reason I chose to take it out, pause. The reason I chose to wear this shoe today is because it's actually a shoe that I bought from who was supposed to be our guest today. So it would have kind of been dope to let him know, hey, I still have it, I still wear it. I didn't just resell your sneaker that you gave me for, I think you gave me for the retail price too. So that's my shoe for today.
All right, man. I was told I'm gonna cause some controversy right now because I was told that I shouldn't be talking about the shoe anymore. But today's shoe of the day, real slow, real slow. These all in your sofa. These the Red Octobers. Pulled them out because I said soon or not. We was talking about sneaker. We were talking about sneaker selling and collecting stuff. Uh, maybe they get sold, maybe they don't. But I had to give them some more wear before I even thought about selling them. So today, the day
YouTube,
is
can y'all please tell this man to not sell his sneaker collection? Please, please, please. He for some reason he's thinking about selling it. Listen, I know he's gonna regret it in the long run. Tell him not to sell it. Also, YouTube, feel free not to comment below who you think won today. Like it's all right. Yeah, no need to tell me who you think won. Once again, man, get those subscriptions in, man. Tell your friends so both of y'all have a chance of winning some free sneakers. Once again, even if the sneaker is not your size, you can resell them. They still hold value. If you want to hold on to them, I guarantee in a few months, the value for those are going to go higher than they are now.
OG, man.
Get those subscriptions in and have them commented in last week's video so you guys have a chance of winning a pair of sneakers for 100% free 99. Until next week, YouTube, thank you for watching the video. Peace.
All right, y'all. And